Yeah, you can start.
Okay. Hello everyone. Myself Akash, and today we are talking about our development project. It's a VR-based game. Uh, Me and Karthik is developing this game. So its name is wait. Uh, Okay, so the name of the game is Kite. So we have to create. We are planning to create a game which is based on kite flying simulation. So we can really enjoy the flying kite inside the virtual reality. So we have been a few months developing this game. So there is a first look of the game. Uh, it takes a lot of efforts to making this photorealistic good. So basically, my computer is rendering another texture, and it's been 30 hours, and still it's baking the texture. So I'm not able to show the actual project. So sorry for that. And for that, we have used everything. We don't use any assets from the asset store or any other third party website. So we are creating our own assets and implement in our project. So you can see the we have implement our level of details. So mm I suppose that you know what is LODs and what's this. So yeah, here are everything: grass, rock, the small clay, and everything is created by us. And you can see the difference between the LOD high detailed of level and the low resolution. So yeah, and the next part, the name is based on the kite. So we have to build our own kite to control in a game. So we have created three models. You can see the details, like it's a subdivision 0 level details and the subdivision 1 level details and other kite details. So yeah, and other rather than that, we also use our own buildings and our own cities. For that, we created in Maya 3D MX and using Unity Live Link to import in the Unity's editor. So that makes us really easy to implement this FBX. So yeah, the most challenging part to make a terrain, because Unity allow us to create a terrain, but yeah, we have to like tweak it, tweak more and lots of other process to make a realistic terrain. So I use the displacement mem to build the realistic terrain in Unity. So you can see this is our very first time we have created this terrain in Unity. So it's not that good and photorealistic. So we have to work on it, and after that we achieve some kind of realistic look. So this is the first level's final view overall. So you can see there is a fog and between the other mountains. So we use the shader graph to use this cloud and other foggy effects, and also use the PBR materials for it. So there is some overview of it, how we use in our projects. uh, yeah, let's talk about the shaders. So in this scene you can see there is another planet, and it has some uh, cloudy effect. So we use our displacement map through the shaders to make to give it a real cloudy look, and some other shaders to make it more realistic. So yeah, we work on shaders as well. And also we done the UV and texturing. So there is a lots of mapping of UV and texture baking. So uh, yeah, there is another uh, view of our projects. So uh, it's not that easy to bake this kind of realistic texture, uh, but we take a challenge and we build in Substance Painter. we almost use every software to make this game as real as possible. And therefore you can see the different kind of map, uh, like ambient occlusion, roughness, uh, full shaded, roughness, I told you. So yeah, so the basic the main challenge to implement in this game is going uh, Karthik, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's telling about the challenges and about the process we are going through.
So the Akash is working very hard in the artistic part of this game, and my role in this game is to work on the technical side. Like we have planned to make a VR kind of controller, so that the game will be running in the PC, and the kite will be handled with the gyroscope data of the phone. So what we will do is, as the user move its phone, we will send the UDP packets to the client and server connection to the game, and on the real time we will move the kite according to that. So our main purpose to implement this kind of logic is to eliminate the need of any VR headset and the controllers which are being provided with that. And right now, not very much uh, people are people have access to those VR headsets. So we are trying to make a change and trying to implement this with a phone. Yeah, Akash. So there is another project which we are working on. Akash, can you proceed the slide?
Yeah, in VR because it take lots of processing in GPU to compute the actual scene. So we are working on that. So the next thing is how to make it real and attractive to the people. Like it's a kite-based game, so we have to compose a fight between kites and drones, uh, the ancient technology and the future technology. How can ancient technology beat the AI in this? So we are not up, like we have not decided how to compose the fight because it's in development mode. So uh, Karthik will tell the demo project of his.
So
Karthik.
yes, there is one more project which we are working on. For the previous game, we have a great plan to pitch it to some production also, that we can publish it with a great deal. So we are working very hard for that. And apart from that project, we are working on other project like this. Uh, uh, the main purpose of this project is to get funds available for that game. So this app is about to provide a common marker-based AR platform to all the users which are using a marker-based AR in the market. So there are two major problems which we see AR market is facing, that there are too many brand specific AR apps. Like Nike have their own app, and other brand like Adidas have their own single app. So if a user wants to buy something, so he has to download too many apps, which surely will bloat up the device memory. So our target is to provide a common app which will provide uh, the basic functionalities of all other apps, and every publisher can put their content in it. And it will also serve the purpose of reducing one more major problem, which is the rising cost of the physical billboards which we see around us. Like if some business is very small, and he and some person wants to advertise in the physical billboard, then he have to pay a lot. So he can use this app to publish his ad on it, and it will be very cheap for him. Next slide. Yeah. So as I have already discussed the points which how this app will be helpful for others. There's one more point, like you can transform anything around us into a marker. So there's one challenge which we are facing in this is to like detecting the plain untextured surfaces. Like right now, the marker-based APIs which are available do not really catch the features which are as present in the plain wall. Like if we decide to put an ad on a plain white surface wall, then we cannot do that. So we are working on that to tackle that problem. Next slide. This is the architectural diagram of the app. Uh, if someone is interested in looking in getting to know more about this app, we can take it from us. Yeah, next slide. So I will show you a quick demo which we have created for this app. So basically what we have done is we have saved the image of this, hold on. Akash, I have to share the screen. Yeah. So here's the demo of the app. In this demo, what we have done is we have taken the image of the marker and we have saved it into the uh, Vuforia. For creating a demo purpose, we have used the Vuforia marker-based AR API. And as at the moment when we detect this marker is present in the database, we are putting one indicator around it, and then on pressing the button, we will show the ad. So for the surfaces, it is dependent on how textured the surface is. Like if it is like this image is pretty textured, so there is no trouble in app to finding it as a marker. We have created small animation into it, and there is one more demo which we have created. So as long as it is detected, we just show the demo. So our purpose is also to replace the traditional method of showing the ads. So like uh, till now we are just using this physical markers to show the ads, but we can also animate and make it more engageable with this technique.
Karthik, we have some message in the group. You can check.
Okay. So I have a few other demos. And finally, I would like to show the other problem which we are facing. As I have already discussed, there's a plane detection problem. So the other challenge is to like robustly detect the surfaces which are not textured. So to tackle that problem, we are working on the our own marker-based detection API. So we are creating it using the OpenCV and integrating it into the Unity. I will show the demo of it. Right now, we have created our own filters in OpenCV to segment the wall. Like you can see, we have applied this filter and we are showing the output in this window. So this is the main filter which we are using. Like you can see, a plain wall is also showing so much of features after applying our algorithm. So if we see the robustness of it, if we apply the normal feature detection to the simple image, this is how it looks like. You cannot see any detected feature on the wall, but if we apply the feature detection on our image, you can see that we got a bunch of features on top of it. And using this method, we can also uh, use the plain walls as the markers very perfectly. So you can see a simple wall is also serving good as a marker. So we have planned to not to use Vuforia, and we will use our own implementation of marker-based API for that AR-based app. Here are some results of it. Yeah, so that's all from our side. Thank you.
Uh, Akash and Karthik, can you also share a bit about your mechanics of how the simulator is going to work on some and work?
Are you talking about this AR-based thing
No, I'm talking about the VR
game?
yeah,
Uh,
VR game
yeah,
you're talking about.
Akash was rendering and it is stuck on this his laptop, so
No,
we
I'm just
cannot show it.
no problem. You might be having still
Okay,
like the stills from the PPT is fine. I'm
yeah.
just asking like, can you also like talk about a bit of the mechanics that you're working on?
Yeah, sure. The main idea is to use the gyroscope input of the device.
Hmm.
Like device has two very important sensors in it. One is accelerometer and another is gyroscope.
Yeah.
We have already used gyroscope in AR-based APIs to track the position in the position of the device in real world. So we are using the same technique to find the orientation of the device. Like the moment when user open up the simulator app in his phone,
Mm-hmm.
one position is created in the user world.
Mm-hmm.
So using the input of the accelerometer, we first detect the position change in position, and
Mm-hmm.
using gyroscope we detect the change in rotation. So
Mm-hmm.
using both these sensors, we calculate.
Okay, and how you're handling the strings? Like I was talking to uh, Akash about the simulator, and he is saying like it's a kite-based simulator. So how you are
Yeah.
handling the kite controls, as it will be very
uh,
dynamic in nature.
yeah, so as we are using two kind of input, one is coming from the laptop and another one is coming from the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So the synchronization is the like main problem which we are dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
One, it won't be a good control if user has to keep his one hand in the keyboard and other in phone. So
Mm-hmm.
we are
Yeah.
planning to give most of the controls in the phone itself, and
Okay.
there will be switch between the controls. Like not all the time user will be flying a kite. So
Yeah.
whenever the kite mode will be on, user will be given control into the phone, and
Mm-hmm.
whenever kite mode will be off, the keyboard controls will be on.
So when you're talking like about the VR simulator and you're talking about laptop controls and the phone controls, so
Yeah,
I'm getting a bit confused. Like, can you elaborate on that? Like how
yeah,
laptop
sure.
control? Yeah.
Actually,
Uh,
yeah, Akash.
the phone controller is for the demo one, because
Okay.
we don't have any VR to apply the simulation. So we are planning
Okay.
to show our demo with the help of
Okay.
phone and the gyroscope sensor.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
So
the user which don't have access to the VR headset can also play it with this game with the phone.
oh,
That's our main purpose.
that's great. Okay. And have you like do you have plans for publishing this game onto this Oculus stores or something, or onto a high-end VR devices? As like you have a very good graphics quality and it will be very heavy for the phones to render.
Yeah.
So do you have
So actually, the main rendering is not done in the phone.
so you
So
are baking it?
we are, yeah. No, actually, the main rendering will be done in the laptop. Phone is only used for controls. So we are not doing any computation in the phone.
Okay, so it's a like connected app.
Add-on thing. Yeah.
It's a
Yes.
connected app. So basically your
Yeah,
entire game will be
we
on the
are
lap.
trying to create a live link between the game and the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also a nice thing.
Yeah.
And how you're solving the synchronization problem? Like you
Yeah.
told me
Actually,
that.
we are sending the UDP packets from phone to the laptop. So UDP packets doesn't require any
Yeah.
like acknowledgement things. So
Yes.
it is pretty fast for us for our
Mhm.
purpose.
So is it like efficient, and is it like, do you have any builds that do you have any
Yeah,
builds
right now we are just working on the controls and we haven't tested it. So
okay.
I won't say anything about it.
Okay. And
Yeah.
like do you guys like are you guys planning to make it open source, or it will be a closed source one?
It will be a closed source.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
And any other questions from any other, like, other people they can ask?
Yes, guys, we like your feedback and your suggestion. Anyone?
So you said you were doing this for a future product, right? A different product. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is that also a game, or are you going for something like along the commercial lines, a commercial product? This
It's
is
a game.
a technical question. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a game, and we are planning to commercialize it. So
Okay.
I didn't get your question. Like, if it's a big game, then we can also sell it, right?
Yeah, no. What I was looking at some generic user product. No, is it a game or a generic user product?
Yeah, it's a game.
Okay.
Kash, if you would like to discuss some the proper storyline of the game, you can discuss it.
Okay. Yeah. Khagendra mentioned one thing, like if we want to collaborate with HTC Vive or other VR companies. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are trying. So first of all, we have to complete our demo once to show them. So that's why we mm, uh, take a step to share this project with the other ambassadors, so we can get a feedback from them.
Mm-hmm.
So we can
Okay.
we can make it more
Okay,
impressive.
so there are a few things that for you guys onto the chat. So I'm just gonna read it out, and if you want, you can answer those. So there is a, suggestion from Vishal that instead of using your own plugin for in-world ads, AdMix is a great plugin for in-world ads. So what are you, have you considered that?
Actually, I haven't tested that plugin, but the main issue is to like uh, use any surface and we just turn it into an ad. And we are seeing that not every API is giving us that functionality. So we are trying to implement it our own way. Another thing is everyone wants to like if we want to commercialize an app, then they want some revenue out of it, and we don't want to get into that. That's why we are planning to develop our own.
Okay, and there is another question from Vinay. He is asking that the features on the plain wall, are they always
Yeah.
same?
Yeah, actually, we are planning to apply a convex hull algorithm after we detected the features in the wall. So what we will do is we will first use the main like basic functionality, and then we will create a mask out of it. And that mask will segment the walls from the other materials. And on the walls, we will apply convex hull and describe the features of the wall and augment on it. That's our goal.
Okay. That's a great thing. And Akash, do you want to talk about the challenges that you have faced to achieve that graphics quality? Because that looks really cool.
Yeah. Uh, so as we want to make it more realistic, so there is a challenges like uh, VR is also high, VR have their own competition process, and you have seen like not every game have that this kind of graphics in their
Yeah.
VR based simulation.
Yeah.
So we are trying to make more optimized in VR. So
Mm-hmm.
first of all, we have to we are, whenever we are planning to create a demo for the phone. If we are
Mm-hmm.
success on a phone, then it almost like we can implement on the VR. For
Mm-hmm.
now, we haven't tried VR. So our
Okay.
first like aim is to create for a phone, so we
Mm-hmm.
can get a demo to show the world that how our ideas or how our games will be look in the VR. Because
Okay.
uh, most of you have played Beat Saber in Unity India,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and you have enjoyed it, and you know how to play, how to take a controller. But
Yeah.
just think about when you flying a kite inside the VR, what's your
Mm-hmm.
mindset and every all, like when you have to pull the kite with the strings and how much pressure you have to put on the string, and
Mm-hmm.
when you have to release the strings. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not that easy to implement all the physics and everything in this. So
Mm-hmm.
the main problem we are facing right now, the
Mm-hmm.
implementation and the rigging of the kite.
Mm-hmm.
So in last session, Aritra mentioned that we can use a scriptable render,
Render
oh sorry,
pipeline. Yes.
scriptable rigging inside of the Unity. So we are
Yes.
trying that one. So
Okay.
if we got the optimized one rather than the Maya, so we have used
Mm-hmm.
we are going to use the Unity's script rigging. So
Okay.
thanks to the Aritra who shared the idea of the script rigging.
Yeah.
And yeah, the most part, like how kite will behave in the air and how
Mm-hmm.
much time it will take to go in upper. So there
Mm-hmm.
are so few most of many challenges, and
Yeah.
this is our first game we are going to make the huge one.
Commercially.
So
Commercially
yeah, there
viable.
is
Okay.
some obstacle in a way, but
Okay.
let's see.
Okay, so just a promotional question. How so how like for you guys, how good was the like previous two sessions? One session we talked about the VR simulator, and another session, Ritra talked about in one session I talked about the DCC, and the another session we talked about the UI control. So I guess all three would have been helpful for you in creating your scene. But yeah, I just want to know your views, like how it was for you. Like, was it helpful?
Uh, if I say that for previous, I have to create a model in Maya or 3D MX, and then I have to put in the Unity for the testing and looking and for all. So it take
Mm-hmm.
more time to take from Unity and apply to the oh sorry, take it from the Maya and apply check in the Unity.
Mm-hmm.
From your DCC webinar, I have to know
Mm-hmm.
that we can use FBX and we can direct import into the Unity. So that makes
Mm-hmm.
more optimize our work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the plus point for me. And
Mm-hmm.
another plus point from Aritra who mentioned the scriptable rigging and all.
Mm-hmm.
And previous one for the how to use the stunning VFX. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
one more point to add. We are creating our own VFX and all particle systems.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the based on GPU, so
Mm-hmm.
like uh, we
Yeah.
can take it more advantage from the Unity
Yeah.
because
No.
GPU. Sorry,
No.
yeah,
No. No issues. Go on. Go on. Go on.
yeah. So we have some question from the Aman. Yeah, wind condition are going to be the problem as well. It's a tricky on a flight simulator. Yeah, that's the main problem we have considering, right? Like because we have to give some weight on the kite and strings as well. So yeah, we are looking on that. So
I think I might have some sessions planned. So there will be a session on shader graph, so that might help you. And that session
yeah,
is
yeah.
basically on optimizing shader graph and how you can use it for the mobile phones. So I think that session will be helpful. I haven't scheduled date for it, but yeah, there will be a session on that. It's completely final, and that will be an industry expert. So that will be one good thing for you as well. And the next thing will be I'm also looking, since this project is really cool, and what I want now is, like, since we are doing a lot of webinars and so if you guys are getting bored and you guys want to work on some projects, I would like to initiate some of the community driven projects. So you guys can share your ideas, like what kind of projects we can work on, and we can get started with the working on it. So there won't be any problem, since we have like a lot of programmers, a lot of artists. So I don't think there will be a problem on that. So you guys can start sharing your ideas onto the group, and we will talk about it, and we will discuss, and we'll work on it. And I'll try to make sure that we work on every ideas, because uh, not even a single idea is a scrap. So we'll work on every idea. So yeah, that's one thing. And I guess like these sessions would have, are helpful for you guys. So please do attend these sessions. And Akash, if you can share the like highlights, so you can create a separate session how you achieve those good graphics, then it will be really helpful for all of us, because that graphics really look amazing.
Yeah, okay, I will be. So I love animations and the graphic and VFX part and 3D modeling.
Mhm.
So if there is a session I can plan for the other ambassadors, I will be.
Yeah, so
So yeah,
we'll take a vote
sorry,
onto
yeah,
the
yeah.
we'll take a vote onto the WhatsApp, and we'll see like do you guys want to know how to achieve these kind of graphics quality, and then we'll go for it. Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, Karthik, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a question from the anonymous like the normal console gamepad have sensitive keys which sense the pressure, how much amount the key is moved. You can implement your own controller with some pressure sensor to achieve the string holding the pressure relief. Would
Yeah,
you?
actually, the working our own controller can also be done. Like from past few months, I have been working on the pressure sensors, which you are strain sensors, which you are talking about. So I think that rather than implementing our own controller, if we can make it work on the phone, then that would be much better, because there will be another issue of selling the controllers, and we don't want to get we don't want to get into that right now. So yeah, we are not planning our own controller.
Uh, one more thing, like yeah, I don't think this kind of game ever made maybe I'm wrong, but is there any kind of game anyone
Not
would like to?
not that I can think of. Kite game is mostly concentrated onto India, and like Kite Simulator, it's like the working of the physics of kite is actually really complex. So I don't think anybody has tried their hands on, but I'll again look into my sources and find out if there is any game, and if there is, I'll try to make sure that you guys get in touch with those developers, so that they can help you out with their like they can help you out with your own set with your own game.
Okay. So, anyone would
Any
like
other
to add
questions?
something?
Any other
Kite
questions?
suggest.
So we can just wrap up.
Nothing from my side.
Okay.
Okay, Karthik, can you answer this question? Like, kite are just controlled by thread. If you can make controller with just that, you can control the entire kite.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't get the question. Can you please elaborate, whoever it is?
So let me try to elaborate his question.
Yeah.
So he's saying like mostly the kites are being controlled by the thread. So how much you pull or how efficiently, like how fast you pull, that
Yeah.
actually affects the kite's position, right?
Yeah.
So
So yeah.
he's saying like if you just make a controller for the string, like how fast you're pulling in and how fast you're releasing the thread, then it should be
Okay.
good. It should be good, but I don't think that's the only problem you're facing. I think
Yeah.
kite body
Yeah,
also has a
uh,
physics,
Yeah.
and its shape and
So
its
right now,
orientation in the air.
what I can think of this control is we are not really using the string. The string will be just faking the effect that it is connected to a kite. So as we move the controller, only kite will be moved. So there is nothing related to the string right now, as there will be another physics calculation involved in if we just attach to a string and move the string, and will be
Yeah,
much more dependent on the physics engine which is running in the game engine.
yeah,
So we directly just controlling the kite and just faking the string. That's our
yeah.
main plan.
And also like if you attach a controller onto the physics, the movement of the string and the orientation and the body of the
Yeah,
kite will also matter along with the wind positions. So there will be a
yeah,
lot of computation to handle in and to find out.
yeah.
So there is a suggestion that like you can always try a normal Xbox PC controller as of now. Mapping normal control would not lose your audience. So what's your views on that?
Yeah, we don't have access to Xbox PC controls, so we are just planning to go with the current approach right now.
Okay. Any other questions? You guys can shout out. You guys can talk about it.
Yes, guys, and please do review of every or give a feedback of every sessions. Whoever is going to take, it will be helpful for us, for Khagendra and other mentor to take a session with you guys. So please.
So
Okay, we have one message.
Okay, we will give it a try and see what will happen. Surely we'll give it a try.
So I think so tomorrow we'll be having a session again by Ritrasa on game optimization. So if you want, you guys can attend the sessions as well. However, I do recommend attending all the sessions because even if it's a even very basic one, there is something to learn. Because if you have seen the yesterday's session, even I don't think nobody has worked on to the like sorry, everybody has worked on to like creating a scene and creating a level, but I can bet on it that like not everybody's scene would have been looking that good with even just playing around with the tweaking around just the lighting values and the direct and indirect bounces. So I can be sure of it. So yeah, uh, there will be a session tomorrow on game optimization. So I think Akash, you should be also looking forward for that session because there will be a lot of techniques that you can use to optimize your scene.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So on that note, we can wind up this session. Uh, okay, Madhur sir is joining in. So I think we are at the end. Hi sir, you are. I think we are just about to wind up the session. So so I'll talk. I'll tell you about the session personally, and so if anybody else has any other questions about this project, so they can share their views.
Khagendra, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you know any kind of app or any other plugins for Unity to uh, do a virtual cinematography with the help of Android phone? Because we have solution, but it's for only iPhone X or for the
Mm-hmm.
Apple's phone. So we don't
Mm-hmm.
have any kind of solution for the Android phone. So do we have any? Do you
So
know?
So you want to do a virtual cinematography or like you want to go for a photogrammetry? Like, can you elaborate on
No,
that?
no.
Like,
Like if we build a map or any kind of level, uh,
mm-hmm,
and if we use our phone's camera, then it
mm-hmm,
will generate all the level in your phone whenever your phone go. It's like a AR, like augmented reality. When you move or place any object in particular plane, and when you
mm-hmm.
come back, the object is still there. So I am trying to achieve this kind of cinematics in with the help of phone. So if I have any movie or 360 movies, so
Mm-hmm.
people can easily uh, see on watch in their Android phone. So is there any
So what?
solution anyone
So
knows
basic.
about it?
So what I can understand from your question is basically you want to augment something onto the reality, and then whenever like after even moving on from like moving in the entire scene, you just want to come back and see like whether that object is still there or not, right?
Yeah, it's kind of real time movie. Like we
Okay.
don't have to do anything,
Okay.
but with the help of phone. But there is no any solution for the phone. That's why I'm asking for
Okay.
Android phone.
Okay, I'll look into it. I'll look into it. As of now, I don't have anything in my mind. I'll look into it, and I'll get back to you on
Okay,
this.
because if we achieve this thing, then it will be very helpful for our project to like optimize its graphics quality on phone. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why we are looking for that.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'll
So
get back to you on
when we
this
have,
if I find something. Okay.
yeah.
And
So
anything?
I think everyone has cleared their doubts.
Yeah, I think same. So yep. Madhu sir, do
Yeah.
you have any suggestions on that? Like how that thing can be done? No idea. All right. So I think we can wind up the session now. And that was a great session by you guys. And actually, like your graphics really looks really cool. So if you can share me a
Thank you.
screenshot of that, that will be a good thing. Will So what I'll be doing is like I do have the recording for all the sessions that we have been doing. So I'll be putting it on a YouTube, and I'll be putting it as a YouTube playlist. So you guys can go and watch all the sessions there. And it will be really cool if you
Yeah.
can share a screenshot of your theme that I'll be using as a thumbnail. So that will be
Yeah,
great.
it's a really sorry guys that I don't have like access to share my project, because currently I'm baking a texture, and it's almost take a 30 hours. I'm baking a texture in previous 2 days, so that's why my system got seized. So I'm not able to share my actual project. If I have any other chance in future, I will definitely share with you guys.
Sure, we'll look forward for that. And thanks for coming, guys. So I do recommend to attend the next session that we'll be having tomorrow. So see you all tomorrow then. Good night.
Sure.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone. Thank you
Good
for
night,
attending
everybody.
the session.